Welcome to your busy webinar for October 22nd, 2014. Today we're going to talk about how to rock your holidays with a great promotion. As much as us in Minnesota hate to admit it, the snow is getting ready to descend down. It's getting chillier out, the leaves are falling, and so it's time to start thinking about the holidays. And there's a lot of stuff that Constant Contact has put together for us as part of our exclusive promotions. As you may know, BizzyWeb's an ALE, or Authorized Local Expert, for Constant Contact, and as part of that we get the explicit honor of checking out and being able to present fantastic offers, deals, promotions, and learning for you, the small business owner. This is something that we do once a month as part of our Busy Webinar series. Next month or next week we're going to be talking about some different topics, and I'll be covering those in just a little bit. If you're hanging out with us, as a reminder, you can check out and join the Hangout by going to our homepage, and then from the homepage you click on the event down here on the bottom, and then you can get into this page. This is what it looks like. Actually, if I refresh the page now, it's going to look like this. You'll see a note where you can click on the YouTube button. If you either click on the YouTube button or click to the Google Hangout, or if you go to the Google Plus page, you can go straight in and you'll be able to ask questions by going to this page, and inside of here you'll have already clicked start, but if you go to Q&A you'll be able to ask questions live. I'll actually click on that button right now so you can see what it looks like. But then down the side here, if you click ask a new question, I'll go ahead and do that right now. I'll say ask a question here. I'm keeping tabs on those questions as we go through the event today, and if you like that question, want to make sure that it gets asked or answered, then go ahead and click the +1 on that. And as a reminder, of course, keep up with us however possible, and we'll make sure to help you out. This event is always for you. As a reminder, BizzyWeb is an online marketing company that focuses on WordPress-powered web design and the BuzzBuilders online marketing system, where we help you do all kinds of amazing and wonderful things. Premier among those is Constant Contact and all of the items available inside of Toolkit. Constant Contact Toolkit, of course, can help you with newsletters and announcements, or offers and promotions to help you get details out to your market, feedback and surveys so that you can connect and find out what your market's actually thinking, and events and registrations to help you get more detail and to get as much impact or event registration as possible. This is all wrapped up into one fantastic suite of tools that are now available to you at an incredibly aggressive price, and we're excited to be working with Constant Contact on that. So what you can do as you look into that is move forward, and let's talk about what you can do for the holiday season. So holiday spending is actually set to increase by 3.5% this year. That's not massively amazing, but it is better than nothing. And so as we look forward to this, online holiday sales will actually increase by 9%, says Volusion, and I believe it. We've seen nothing but growth with all of our clients in the past few months. As you think about this, it is important to seize today, because as we move into that November, December, and January time frame, there's a lot of folks that see most of their sales inside of those 3 months, especially as we get around the Black Friday or the Cyber Monday time frame for folks that are online. And as we look into that, as many as 20 to 40% of your yearly sales might be during this next few months. And so as you look at that, this is the time to get out in front of folks and to make sure that everyone's ready. So what we're going to do today is figure out how to get a plan together to help you figure out what your offer is, to help you set up a campaign, and then of course we're going to talk through some next steps on what you can do and how you can do it. So as we look at that, let's look at first where you are today. So a lot of folks are actually already hanging out and doing a bunch of things in social networks. So if you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter, that's awesome. But maybe you're also getting progressive and looking at some online or email or image-based marketing, so such as Pinterest, Instagram, and YouTube. all of those things kind of tie back and connect with one common denominator, and that's actually email. So the thing that you need to remember and notice is no matter how aggressive you're being on all of these networks, there are two things that are forming the common denominator for all of your marketing. Email marketing is the way you can push out and connect with all of those people that you reach through all of the above networks, but also your website is the one place that people are going to look for you no matter where they find you online. It's number 2 in their stops, unless of course they're Googling you, and then it's probably going to be number 1, and then they're going to look backwards to you from all of the other networks. So if you have a social media outreach campaign or a social strategy, make sure that everything is in lockstep, because if you have a fantastic Facebook strategy and a terrible website, you're just accelerating the process of people finding your website and being disappointed or kind of worrying about if they should be doing business with you. So make sure that you're looking at all sides of that. So let's talk about how to have a plan. When you're looking at your planning for online marketing, make sure that you know what your marketing goal is. Is it going to be to reach new customers, or maybe drive or repeat business for loyalty? As you look at this do you want to motivate your donors or get more advocates into your company? Or do you just want to increase your memberships and subscriptions? So as you think about that, it's all really about engagement. And so when you think about engagement for your company, look at what you need to do. With specific customers, is it going to be a coupon or a discount? Is it going to be reaching out to people with free shipping? Maybe some folks are into deals or gift cards, or offering up gifts with purchase. But you have to know in advance what you're going to do in order to bring people in for the holiday season. So if you know that, you can deliver exactly that message. So in Boloco's example here, it's be naughty or be nice. So do you want to get a bonus card added or put $5 into somebody else's card? So that's a fun offer, and they push that right out. This is something that they did last year, which was particularly effective for them. If you know what people want by segmenting, you can divide things into the folks that matter most. So if you have 3 different types of clients, each of those different types of clients is likely to have a slightly different need in what they're looking for. So make sure that you're building out for them. So some seasonal customers may be looking for specific types of things. And if you're looking to them, you want to offer them something different than your VIPs. These are the folks that are purchasing most often from you, or perhaps making the largest purchases. So as you look at those folks, they're probably also different than the new folks in your market segment. And then, of course, your regular customers or donors kind of fill in that overview. So as people are out there, you want to make sure that you're looking, each of these colors on this screen needs a slightly different approach. And so know who they are, and answer specifically what those groups are looking for or what the biggest hit is going to be for them. You can't actually, the other thing to be careful of is you don't want to get too in the weeds about this and offer up 20 different groups. In general, I wouldn't do more than 4 or 5 different segments in order to really be able to dig in, because you need to test and measure against each of these offers and deals and promotions. And unless you have a full-time marketing staff, which a lot of our clients don't, you need to be very careful with how you reach out. So in order to reach folks with email, you can bridge out and put together all of those options. You can look at using your website traffic or getting people to donate. You can ask for an increase in membership or connect out with people. The goal here, however, is to be very clear in all of your connections and your communications so that people can understand who you are, what you're asking for, and why they should care. One of the things in being clear is after you have your market segments in mind, you don't really need to communicate who you are as much as who you are to your best clients. So illustrating that you understand their need or understand what they're looking for is probably going to be the biggest part of who you need to get to when you're writing content for the web. So as you look, make sure that you're clear with how that works. Excuse me. Here's some examples of clear content. You know, there's Cyber Mondays, one day only super sale, 30% off all of your yarns, all that stuff. You know, there's three things on here that you're really looking for, and each of your different clients might be looking for different things. So it's probably better just to focus on one big crazy button that's set out, and with Constant Contact and other online marketing tools, you can actually send your content to very specific groups and only send what you know that group is going to be interested in, and put that big offer out there in a very huge way. So as you look at it versus the last one that we just saw, 50 cents off any Wise snack is a lot better than 4 different options that all scream at you. So the other thing that we need to look at is where you need to go. So if you look at, you know, let's slim this down a little bit as well. So we've got this free shipping on orders over $30 for art impressions. They've done a mailer where they're putting this together and put all of these things in. They've got a Pinterest ad, and so they're marketing that together and they're putting things out. And they've got a Facebook ad. Now, Constant Contact can actually help with a few of these options. So make sure that you check out and think about which groups and which networks are going to be most effective for each of your individual markets as you're talking through and thinking about your online marketing. And don't forget to be social. So share in your email and newsletters, post your offers on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter and Instagram, share your product photos so that people can see what's going on, and provide shopping advice on how to make the purchase or get to the next step with your business. Now, a lot of our businesses tend to be more B2B, and so perhaps what you're going to be looking for over the holidays is just some way to help your clients support their customers. So if you support tanning salons, for example, you might want to help folks by sharing with them how they can more proactively reach out to their clients and customers. But make sure that in your social media or in everything that you post, that again, you're getting out to exactly the right people. Understanding a few things inside of here is going to be pretty important. So as we look at this, making sure that you are first being social is going to be important. Next, really, what's your offer? So when you're thinking about this, how can you really dig out? You know, is this going to be a discount or an event update, or is it some sort of a service like we just talked about? Is it a hint? Is it a link to support a cause? We all kind of get a little bit more givey over the holiday season. So is that what you're trying to do and what you're trying to integrate or engage your customers on? Depending on what you're trying to do, you're going to have slightly different messaging. So for some notes on here, for discounts, you might want to try 20% off through Thursday. Buy one, get two, or 1 + 1 = fun, and handing out something and getting people to integrate and share. You know, the share option and detail, that's usually pretty useful in groups like the Facebook kind of posts. And email marketing, there are some decent share buttons and things that you can do. And a lot of folks that have not tried email marketing in a while might not know how to do those sorts of things, but that's what Constant Contact is now really good at. And it's actually what BizzyWeb can help you with as we set up your program and offer. Some examples of downloads: 5 tips for better gardens, a quick start guide, or 7 mistakes to avoid. And so as you're thinking about this, it's literally gauged towards getting people to take a specific action on a website. If your website isn't set up to accept that type of an interaction, if you don't have a landing page on your site to help people guide directly through this, if you have an email marketing campaign and you just drive people to your homepage, that's not really going to help you, and you're not going to see the conversions that you're looking for. So as you're working with your online marketing support folks, make sure that you're tasking them with creating a specific page for any download offer you're providing. As we look at events, you know, try register now, save 20%. 2-for-1s or VIP seats left at standard price, kind of going for the buy now and time is limited kind of options. So as you look at those events, that's things that you might want to try. B2B, newsletter review with every consultation, save 30% on your initial, or 3 coaching sessions for the price of 2. Again, we want to buy into or tap into the ethos of the holiday season. Everybody's expecting a deal or a coupon or an offer or a little bit more. There's a spirit of wellness and helpfulness around the web and in the world right now, or for the next few months. And the more you can tap into that and kind of keep things moving for yourself, the better off you're going to be. A lot of folks get caught up in trying to sell. Think about how much you can help people, especially in B2B services, because if you're that helpful resource with your clients or with your connections, that's where you're going to really start to get your traction. And maybe go for a softer sell where you're just trying to get people in for an initial consult or a newsletter or coaching sessions, as they said here. Offer a little bit more. You don't necessarily have to offer a deep discount or offer something for free. Instead, try offering something a little more, and we've seen that that's had a better result. Hints, mobile friendly and 8 simple steps, top trends, or DIY precision instrument maintenance. Be the expert that your clients expect you to be. So the more you can post items that kind of offer a window into your world or prove that you're the person that they need to work with because you know more than they do, here's a big hint. You're the expert if you know more than your audience. So play up that expertise and give them a window into your world and help them know that they can trust working with you. And then, of course, with Support a Cause, you can help today and receive exclusive access, donate, join today. The key with donations or with anything that's going for a cause base, you want to go right for the heart, show people what they're going to actually help or affect, and make sure that you're giving them the action that you want them to take as early as possible. So, for example, if you're looking for people that are bridging things out, or if you're looking to get more volunteers for a specific event, make sure that you're making that offer right up in front. Don't just bury it under, super company annual newsletter or whatever, or holiday greeting. Say, we need 3 hammers tomorrow for the Habitat for Humanity. So make sure that you're very clear and concise with what you're looking for. Oops. So here's how to set up a great campaign. Remember, of course, first, that campaigns are designed to do 2 things. They're first intended to push content out to your clients, to your connections, to your intended audiences. Then the next thing that you want them to do is pull a response. So you're asking them to do something and interact back with you as part of that campaign. So in order to do that, what do you really need to do? You need to first make it timely. So anything that you can do to leverage dates or top into things that are working really well, or offer or tell people when your offers end, that's really what's going to help folks to know that they need to act now. If somebody sets aside your email or sets aside your marketing or sees it and doesn't take an immediate action, there's a 90% chance that that action or what you wanted them to do just is never going to happen, because we're all getting dozens or hundreds of emails and thousands or hundreds or thousands of posts or other items battering for our attention every day. So make sure that you're giving them an easy click, an easy tip, and an easy way to get to that next step. Make it easy, of course, so that they don't have to think about too much stuff. So as you look at this, help them find that right gift, or communicate through pictures exactly what you want them to do or what they're looking at. Don't describe things in your marketing, show. The more you can do, of course, both of those things, because for some folks, as they're browsing on their online devices, on their mobile devices, they might not see your product because it's just they've got their phones turned or their images turned off on their phone. But the more you can do to make it as easy as possible for the folks that do, the better off you're going to be. And then use your design wisely. Make it engaging. Video is an awesome way to make this stuff happen. YouTube has brilliant options for you, and you can increase your click-through rates by 300%, it says Forrester, by just adding a video. With Constant Contact, you can very simply add a video that's an embed, and then what happens when you click on that video is it takes you into YouTube so that you can watch it. If you're doing that on a mobile device, it'll automatically open up the app for that, and makes it very easy, very seamless. And if you're posting that across Facebook, for example, they've got great ways that you can actually start seeing, or the video will actually start playing as people are scrolling through their news feed. And so you want to make sure that your video is arresting and interesting right from the get-go and doesn't rely on the audio in order to draw people in. A lot of folks are browsing on their phones in line places and they don't necessarily get a chance to listen to your video. So make sure that you're making sure or ensure that when you post things that you either do some sort of text on the bottom to help the casual viewer, or give them that next step, or make it interesting enough that they're going to set that aside for later if they're not able to look at it. Spotlight your products, look at your services and customers. It's a great way using video to actually add that. The key is, with video you can present more information by pushing it across their stream of consciousness instead of forcing people to click, browse, and proactively reach out to find your content. So the more you can do with video, the better off you're going to be. You can promote your video. We talked about YouTube already, but as this goes in, as you're scrolling up and down on Facebook, inside of that feed, that video will actually auto-play now on Facebook, so that's a huge help. You can also try reviews. So 88% of folks read reviews before they purchase products. So make sure that you're giving folks an option to review your products, and if you have reviews of products, make sure that you're featuring those in your posts. Don't be afraid to ask for those reviews. People love to share, and especially if you make it incredibly intensely easy, send them a quick email after they've purchased a product saying, what did you think? Did it work? Did it not? And there are some great tools that we use at BizzyWeb that will actively ask for reviews and encourage people to give you the highest review possible, and then if you don't get that 5-star review you were hoping for, you can actually go back to that person before the review is posted so that you can have a conversation, perhaps bring it up 1 or 2 stars, or get right to the heart of the matter without getting all kinds of lower reviews than you'd want. Include those relevant reviews inside of everything that you do online. It just helps make your life a lot easier, and again, it offers up that social proof for folks to get them to the next step. Next, make it shareable. When you look at all of this stuff, notice on this page there's a Facebook link on side of here. You can get out there and you can connect. There's a share bar that you can add across the top of your social media posts, and there's great tools that you can add to your website. Even if you don't have a complex CMS like WordPress, which is what BizzyWeb advocates for and uses with all of our clients, there's great and easy ways to share. Share This is one of the tools that I like that's available across almost all platforms. As you look at that, this is what it looks like. You can just add a +1 or a LinkedIn share or a tweet and add that right in there. And again, this is built right into your email marketing, so it makes it super simple, again, if you're doing it right and using a great tool. Ask people to like that, share that, or retweet it, and as you connect out, that's just a great way to continue to organically grow your list, because if you have fantastic content that's really interesting and fun, people click share on that or like that, then someone in their network is going to see it, and that's a great way to reach out. Think about as well, with mobile devices, you can't include a ton of text on email marketing anymore. You can allow people to drill down and click for more, but the more simple you can make it, and the more buttons you can offer, and the more graphics that you can integrate, You can definitely tell that on an iPhone, option on the right is much better than the option on the left. You don't want to have multiple columns in mobile either. So if you look at this, this is just kludgy on the left. And as you get inside of here, you can see that there's an upgrade now or a free download. It's nice that this is at least thumbable, where you can click it with your thumb. But looking at this, if you have this crazy thing with one big column down the middle with huge text on it, it's just not legible. It's just not fun at all. So as you look at that, you make sure that you connect with that. Working with a company like BizzyWeb, for example, that can help you with your mobile responsive web design will also help you bridge across in your email marketing, so that everything that you're seeing is designed for where 80% of people make their initial searches, which is right on their phones or mobile devices. Clear and easy calls to action are also big. See right on this, in the middle of this slide, it says click here if you want to learn more. That's browsable right inside of this. You might want to do something like this. That's okay, and it's certainly a click here where you're telling folks what to do, but it might be a little bit better if you take a look at this. If you want to learn more, click this if you want to request a consultation. So they're giving you a couple of options, but even better than that is probably to give them a big button to tell them what they need to do and to just take that to the next step. So as you look at that, the click to learn more is very, very helpful inside of here. I'm going to dig a little bit deeper into this because I think it's pretty important to consider. But avoid tiny fonts on all of your online marketing, especially if you intend to send it out via email, because we are all browsing on our mobile devices. This is tough. 9-point font headlines just don't stand out. You're just begging to be skipped or deleted on that. If you have something that's a newsletter headline, it's at least 22 points. You can see how the one on the right is much, much better than the one on the left. And you can see another example here where, as we're digging in a little bit more, you've got a call-out box across the top. Another thing to consider is, as you're using images, you need to figure how they're working, because some devices will have the images turned off. So if you're one of the unlucky few that happens to be in a mobile area that has a lot of dead spots or has slow internet, you're probably going to have images turned off so that you can at least get to your content without downloading all kinds of stuff. So for this one, you're missing this content. This one, the image is kind of cut off, so it's okay, but it's at least acceptable where you can kind of see what's available. And you do have to scroll up, which is okay, but as you look at this one's just kind of cruddy. You can't see it. It's NB Fitnu and join now and 0 and roll. You can kind of get it, but there's not a whole lot for the person that's the casual browser inside of here. And next, you just want to make sure that you keep things simple as you're doing your online marketing. It's better to provide very specific and ideal posts inside of your social media. If you see this, cookies, yeah, we got them. But if you look at that, look at these adorable holiday cookies. Since they're from Donna's, I'm sure they taste even better than they look. That's content that's going to help you layer in and get more engagement. Schedule out a week of Facebook posts. And as you look at this, put together some details and some content on how you want all of this to work. So you might think about Mondays, you're going to have a motivation quote, and then Tuesday, you're going to do Did You Know, or some tips. Wednesday, you might want to do fill in the blank for something. So example of fill in the blank is, if I could be anything for or if I could get anything for Christmas this year, it would be blank. Or the worst time I ever had at Christmas was blank. Or whatever. My funnest holiday memory is X. If you want a great example of how social media is being leveraged brilliantly, just check out the late night or the late show with Jimmy Fallon. They're doing, every Monday they post a hashtag and they ask people to fill in the blank, and they feature that every Wednesday. And that hashtag, granted, because they are very good at social and they have a big audience, that trends nationally and sometimes internationally within just a few minutes, because it's helpful, it's interesting, and it's engaging content. So social media, and one of the things that late shows are getting into, especially Jimmy Fallon, is building out content that's really, really engaging. So if you haven't picked up and looked at the late shows in a while, I would highly encourage that. For Thursdays, you might want to look at having a sale this weekend because you're trying to build out some stuff. And then for Friday, just putting out a fun fact to keep people engaged. So think about this and note that some times are changing across the day, and these are probably all targeted at the same group. So you might have different posts targeted for different members of your audience at different times, because perhaps the more corporate folks are going to be looking at this at their morning coffee or their afternoon break. Your more outside or mobile folks probably won't be checking things until the evening or very early morning. You kind of have to test and measure and see what happens. You know, as you lay this into a full deal, make sure that you bridge this out and think about over the next few months what you need to post, where you need to post it, and kind of color code it if you think it'd be helpful to kind of give you a afternoon at a glance or a month at a glance. At BizzyWeb, we actually have our entire year planned out on one big wall, and we do it old school paper-based where we have colored post-it notes. And Jen, our marketing VP, she does a brilliant job of making sure that all that stuff gets posted and that we have a great at-a-glance view of what's happening. So the more you can do with that, the better off you're going to be. So automate what you can. With Facebook and with all of the social networks, you can actually do a lot of this right from your website. And BizzyWeb builds our website so that you can take and post across all of your networks with a single click. So you can push all of that stuff out in one spot. You can set up welcome and update messages, so as soon as someone registers, you can send them a note to greet them and to welcome them into your community. You can bring them out to other spaces. You can pre-schedule campaigns so that you know that everything's coming up. You know, if you have a slow day on a weekday, so Tuesdays are your slowest day in your shop, you can actually take that time and build out messaging across the entire month inside of Constant Contact, inside of your website via your scheduled posts, or if you do it correctly and smartly, you know, you can build that out to have it reach out across all of your social networks as well. You can use an autoresponder if you want, so you can set that up so when somebody joins your message or when somebody joins your list, connects up and says subscribe, you can send out after 1 day or 6 days what to do, how to do it, and you can actually set that out so that you have everybody ready and primed by giving them a few tidbits of information without hitting them with too much all at once. And you can use a scheduling tool like Hootsuite, MarketMe Suite, or some other tool. We like using WordPress for our tools, and so make sure you listen as you're looking at these. And actually, BizzyWeb is looking at a few ways that we can help you search your social media and connections and make sure that you're continuing to engage with your audiences all at once. The final thing that I'll go into on this is if you're not measuring this, you're not really marketing. You need to really take the time to look at what your opens are on your emails, what your search engine results are, or what your analytics say for your website, you know, what your percentage of mobile is, what your open rates are. If you have, like, if you've sent out an email and you see a huge spike in your website traffic and 35% of that is mobile, you know the type of client that you're reaching and what's really helping. So make sure that you connect with that and that you keep doing more of what works and you tweak and adjust what's not working. You know, make sure I cover in other presentations how you can actually A/B test or split marketing. Send things out at different times of day and see when your best engagement is. Notice I'm not saying your best open rate, because we don't really care as much about how many clicks we get or how many opens we get on our emails. You really need to track to what's the one action that matters most to your business and make sure that that action is actually being taken. So if nobody's registering for an event that you're looking for, even though 85% of them have opened the email, it's not really working. So make sure that you're adjusting your content, you're adjusting your messaging, and then take a new tack next time. So bounce rates, and connections. You know, that's all fantastic stuff. Here's an example of what it looks like inside of a WordPress website, where you can see who's looking at what and how often. So you can see the transactions, the conversion rate, how much revenue you've got. You know, if you're working with a well-sorted web design company that has online marketing reach, and I know one right now, we can help you build that and actually build a marketing tool versus just a bunch of marketing activities. Constant Contact, of course, has all of that built into it as well, and you just need to set it up smart in order to continue to grow. So what's the next steps for you? You know, really, as a quick review, you know, make sure that you know what your goal is, and then once you know what your goal is, build your offer, and your offer is going to be different for different markets, but then, of course, make it timely. As you look at all of this stuff, this is what the key really is for your company and growing your business in helping you reach out and make it your best holiday season ever. We do have some time for Q&A. Wanted to step aside for just a moment and talk about, you know, with Constant Contact, you do get a 60-day free trial with Constant Contact. So you don't even need a credit card on this. So please do get a hold of us at sales@buzzyweb.com if you're interested in that. And we have ways to sign you up and to help you. We will actually offer a free custom template with that as part of what we can do for you today. So if you subscribe with us today, we'll help you with that. Plans start at $20 a month. So if you're interested in being successful in your marketing, now is the time to start talking. Here's what Toolkit actually costs. So $20 a month for basic, which is just email. If you have less than 500 contacts, it's just $45 a month for the entire toolkit, which has the marketing and the event management, the social media integrations, the email marketing, and the survey tools. And then if you get everything with a personalized coach, you know, that'll start at $195 a month. Or with our Buzz Builders program, we can take you down a path of search engine optimization, paid advertising, and much more for as little as $300 to $400 a month. So if you look at that, you know, go ahead and get started free. There's no credit card required for Constant Contact, and we would love to help you out with that. And we have folks that can actually help you get moving today. Here's some details on this, but I'm not going to belabor that too much because I want to make sure that we're leaving time for questions. And you know, here's some details and some other options on what things look like. You know, in summary, though, because I want to make sure that we're taking care of you guys and your time. To wrap up, BizzyWeb does web design, and our web designs are built to seamlessly integrate with social media. So as you look at this, if you want a website that will auto-post to Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Google+, and more, be fully optimized for search engines to help you rank better, and mobile responsive to make sure that your website looks perfect on mobile devices, you need to talk to us today. We also do our own web hosting, and that includes managing and maintaining your website by real human beings that are dedicated to you, and we do all kinds of proactive monitoring and maintaining with all of the crazy security issues that are out there right now. You need somebody on your side to make sure that your website doesn't go down in this crucial holiday season. And then online marketing with our Buzz Builders online marketing program is the way to set yourself up for success by trusting professionals to take care of all of this for you. We will partner with you to help you grow your business and set you up for the best 2015 you've ever had. Join us every Wednesday. We have all kinds of really fun stuff coming up, and our next Wednesday webinar is Top 5 Google Analytics Reports. So if you're interested in Google Analytics and finding out how to set reports to make them work for you, that is what you should be looking at today. Again, this is Dave Meyer with BizzyWeb. If you do have any questions, this is your shot. I'm going to go back over. I don't see any big questions here, and I know that we're at about 22. So for the folks that are still hanging on the event, I would encourage you to just hang on. You can ask questions live to us. If you're not on the Hangout, what you can do to join us is simply go to the BizzyWeb homepage, and if you click on here on this article for today's event, there's a Google Hangout link. So if you click on this link to join us, you will actually be bridged into the live conference. We're recording this part, but I'm going to stop the recording in just a moment, and then This is your time to ask us questions one-to-one, person-to-person, real human to real human, and give you a chance to ask specifics that you might not have been comfortable asking on the live webinar. We do these every week from noon to 1 on Central Time, and be sure to check out buzzyweb.com/events if you'd like more information. And as always, you can fill out a buzz report by going to buzzyweb.com/buzz, and if you go into contact, you can request a buzz report right here. There's just a couple of questions you need to ask, and then we will look at your website, your online marketing, your email marketing, your social media, and give you real-world steps to get better results today. So if you're interested in that, again, go to buzzyweb.com/buzz. Again, I'm Dave Meyer with BizzyWeb, reminding you to hang out with us every Wednesday, and of course, to remind you at BizzyWeb, we help you generate buzz without getting stung. We'll take questions live in just a moment. Join us at the Hangout for more. Talk to you soon, and if not, we'll talk to you next Wednesday for Google Analytics reports. Thanks much, and have a great day.